What's up, Donny Mangos? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, you can. All right, let's go. Let's get a coffee.
What a lovely morning, isn't it?
It's so great.
This is so nice. Looking at my phone and just like looking at messages. I just continue to feel bad for small businesses right now.
Yeah, for sure.
So, okay, let's have this talk. We've been. I don't know if you remember. You probably do because you're amazing. 6 months ago, 8 months ago, we got into like this discussion with our office about why I really dislike pre-construction.
Or condos.
No, it was. I was
You're
very
over
much,
condos now.
I didn't say condos. I said pre-construction.
No,
I
but
said,
before, like a year ago, 2 years ago, you're like.
I would
condos,
say where
F
I'm
condos.
putting my money, I have a hierarchy, right? Like I think condos totally work, but I just think the next one is better than that. So multi-units. I think that's better than condos.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's so like return on investment, longevity, whatever, all that stuff. I just prefer that. So I've always been okay with condos, especially for people that just can't get into the other side, right? But I would say I was very much against pre-construction, very much. I'm still not for it, really, to be honest with you, because what I would see downtown, and this is why I want to talk to you because I want your opinion on this. I would see new condos going in at like what, $1,400 a square foot, $1,500 a square foot.
Some 16. Depending
Okay,
where you're
16,
at,
right?
yeah.
Like depends where you're at downtown. But you could have bought resale. Nobody was looking at these resale condos, and they were going for, they had dipped 10%. You're looking at $1,000 a square foot, whatever it was. Maybe it was even less than that. So why would I buy something that's going to exist 5 years from now at 5 years from now's price when I could buy this now and appreciate with that? I just didn't see the benefit.
So the question I have for you is how much money you have in your bank account? Not you.
So I get it.
Not
Like,
actually you, right?
Yeah, and that was it's a very valid argument. Like, if you don't have the deposit now, then it isn't even a choice.
Yeah.
So you get into something as opposed to getting into nothing.
Right.
I think, yeah, and I'm
Payment plan.
I'm a big believer of timing the market over timing the
market,
market.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure,
Yeah,
right?
of
So if you get in now, 5 years from now, all things should be wonderful. Yeah, you make money.
You let the place appreciate while you don't have to service the debt. You don't have to get a mortgage.
I
You
get
don't worry
it
about the tenants.
completely.
So now you get it.
So no, that part of it I do, but the investors that I work with, most of them, qualification isn't the problem. Like it's not about finding the money for a deposit.
Right.
They have 20%.
Right.
So with that in mind, it wasn't my first choice. It still isn't my first choice. Except you just showed me something that I really like.
What's that?
The Mimico one.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
So I'm a big believer in convenience, right? Like being on a GO station, that's huge for me. And you're telling me I got a project, it's on the GO station. I get it, it's amazing. And I like the numbers.
Yeah, I mean, compared to what else is selling now in the future, I think it makes sense. We're right in the GO train station. It takes 2 stops right into Union Station from Mimico. You get Exhibition, Liberty Village, and then it goes straight to Union. So for affordability, it just makes sense. Like it's supply constrained as well too, because the whole regeneration area.
Yeah.
So it's a special zoning that only this particular area, 60 acres, gets. So there's gonna be a few towers. I think 9 towers total, something like that.
Okay.
But that's it for the area. So once
This
it's built, it's all low rise there.
This is like Royal York, right?
Yeah.
Down there?
Yeah.
So like, I mean, yeah, you always send me things. You always keep me in the loop as to what's going on, whatever. And I'll be honest, like I'm biased. I don't love a lot of the stuff, right? Clearly. It's because prices. It's all about pricing. It's all about numbers. So I just would prefer to have somebody in there renting, paying down, whatever. But if you can't qualify, you can't do that. You got to look at your clients to figure out the best way to service them. I understand why pre-con makes sense. The numbers don't. I like this one though. Because you're telling me the numbers aren't released yet. Like by the time we're talking about this, you don't know the numbers yet.
Kind of have a rough idea.
You have a rough idea.
Yeah.
But things change. How often have you been there where you know this and then things change?
It changed a little bit, but yeah.
Okay.
It's like roughly there. So it's less cheap. It's a lot cheaper than what has recently launched downtown, obviously. But it's not downtown. I get it. Right.
It's not a bad thing. That's fine. I'm okay with not being downtown.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the whole thing is this master plan community. So you're gonna have a whole community that's like. I mean, look at all the other places like City Place. Not City Place. Not a good example, but like get the idea of like multi-phase buildings.
Right.
Right. You get a whole ecosystem of things. Where you get
Yeah.
commercial, you get office, you get retail. And then
I do like that. For sure. I do like that.
So you're in ground zero of that. That's why I like this project in particular.
It sounds like a commercial, doesn't it?
No, I'm serious though.
I completely agree with you though. I'm saying that's why I wanted to talk to you about it. Like, that's why I'm interested in learning more about it. So I think, and this is not me saying I'm a big fan of pre-con because I'm still not, but I do like this one.
Okay.
I do like this one. So we're gonna figure out a way to collaborate on this one.
Okay.
For sure.
Let me ask you this though: for people that do have higher net worth, that can close on it.
Yeah.
Why do you? Oh, so you think because you can get something cheaper now?
Okay.
Right.
Yes, exactly right. So
are they going to do it?
I'm gonna use my hands.
That's the question. Go ahead.
So I'm gonna use like this. This is what I don't know. Maybe because I'm Greek, I use my hands. But I look at it. So you could buy this building that exists right now, whatever condo A is. It's there, right? Like we could walk in, visit it. We could see if we're above the garbage pickup zone. We could see everything, the finishes, all that stuff. It exists, and it's at this price right here. Yeah. Then you're selling next door, pre-con, which comes with added risk. I don't want to get into that, but there's added risk. You read about this kind of stuff in the news. For sure. Added risk, and it's selling at a premium. And I just don't understand why I wouldn't buy this, which we'll get to this number when this is complete.
I think it'll go higher than that, though.
It'll go higher than that, sure, right? Yeah. But I'm relying on this one having to go when it's new, when it's built and it's no longer new. How much more can this go above the one that's next door to it that already exists? That's a big gap right now. So on a percentage gap, the numbers we're talking about right now, like I just sold a condo, one of my own condos downtown, for a little over $1,000 a square foot.
That's right.
And King and Bathurst, if you were to have a new construction project right now, you're looking at 15. What's the one on King? The one that sprawls over all the buildings?
That doesn't count though.
Okay.
That's the highest end.
Okay, so at the time though, it was like 16, right?
18, yeah.
Oh, 18. Yeah. Okay, so that's nearly double.
Yeah.
Let's just say
that's different. That's not the same.
Fine. I'll give you that. Let's pull it back and say.
Because the one I bought, Kingley, it's just around the corner from where you're at.
Okay, Kingley.
Okay, so I bought that for, I think I bought that for 1,000 square foot when everything else was 800 square foot.
Okay, so 20% premium. Can we use that? We'll use 20% premium for new.
It depends. It depends on the project. You can't give it.
I want to make an assumption just so I can make a point. So I can show you what.
Okay. Say 20% 4 years down the road. Fine.
Okay, so 20% 4 years down the road. I would rather I think there's a lot more room to grow. I know I can probably get 20% more on what exists today. I feel more confident that it'll reach this plateau. Then I feel this one exceeding that number even more, and then. This one not following suit. I just feel there's so much more value on this one.
Okay, but there's a couple things you're missing though, right? So you're gonna get a mortgage on that one. First of all, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Why don't you drive a used car?
Why don't I drive a used car?
Why is your car brand new every 4 years, every 3 years?
So why the CRA man is watching this? No, because my sister works for a dealership.
I know.
And I am her car.
I know. But you can also buy used from a dealership too.
Not in that program. It was because it's cheaper for me to buy it. So the car is probably a good example for you. I don't even care about the car.
But you like a new.
How did I get here today? I could have drove
because
here.
you want a brand new. You want a brand new. I know you don't care about cars, but you want a brand new.
Everybody understands. I rode my scooter to his office today. I didn't even drive my car.
Realtor and scooters.
Truth be told.
No, but the point is, you get a brand new, right? You get to pick your finishes, pick a view, and all that kind of stuff, right?
It's not apples to apples for the homeowner.
Yeah.
But as the investor, it's apples to apples to me.
Yes.
Because it won't be new.
Okay. The other thing is, during those 4 years, you're probably gonna have to kick in some negative cash flow too, right?
You're probably 100% gonna have to contribute a few more bucks.
There you go.
Yeah. So, but it's a lower down payment. So 20% of a lower number is still a lower number. Okay. So one.
Okay.
And if you're paying monthly, you're paying a lot less than you're paying down. If you're negative cash flow, $200, $300 a month, you're paying down more like $700, $800, $900 a month on your principal. So you are actually reducing your debt by doing that. One, and it is appreciating. So it's all good that way. So and there's a lot of reasons why I still like resale. And you know what? Like as a realtor, it makes less business sense as a realtor to sell resale than it does new. It does, right? Like we actually see lower salaries or lower fees on our end. That's okay. I'm okay. Like, I don't care about that part of it. Yeah. I just think when I'm advising clients, I prefer resale over new because of the value and the price differences. Now, that was 6 months ago, 8 months ago, whatever that was. Dude, have you seen the prices for resale now?
Mm-hmm.
Like
bidding wars.
Boom,
everything.
Just like that. Hockey stick.
We handle both, obviously. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
But it really whipped back up. So we're seeing prices now. Like there was a condo. Did you see at Liberty Village, 700 square foot?
Yeah, 750 or something, right? 799 or something.
Sorry, it was under 700 square feet. Yeah, 750,000. 50 offers. Yeah. A place sold, King and Bathurst, 700 square feet with a big terrace, $1 million, 0 days on the market. That happened just like right now. So there is a lot more consumer confidence that way. So I guess it doesn't really matter what you buy right now. You're probably going to come out ahead 3 years from now, 4 years from now. That's all. I'm not trying to be greedy and say I think resale is going to make you more money, but
I think ultimately it's just what you can get, right? But let's look at the use case where you have the option of both,
okay.
right? So what I've done, because I had the option of both, 1 year I just went out and bought 4 refunds because I could spread my deposit out all around.
Leverage.
Yeah, leverage it.
Love
And,
it.
and it like so one was closing actually this year, and then another was 2022, 23, 24. I just did make sure one every year.
Love it.
Just place my bets. It's like going to
Yeah.
roulette and just place your bets instead of all in black or whatever. Like in resale, if you go all your 20% there, I just put 5% on each of them and slowly paid it up. Right? So now
Yep.
all of a sudden I got 4 more condos. You can do that.
Totally. So I'm not worried about you qualifying.
Well, I said for the use case where people.
Well, yeah.
Don't
Okay.
worry,
So there are issues that people do think and then overthink and talk themselves out of doing things because they're worried about what they're going to figure out 4 years from now, kind of thing. I'm a big believer of where there's a will, there's a way. I think you're going to be just fine closing on 4 condos. You'll find a way. I have every confidence in you closing on those properties.
Find a way. No,
so you're going to come out ahead.
You find a way.
Yeah.
Like even if you have to go B, like everyone's afraid. I don't have to go B now because I have so many, right? So,
Yeah.
or something else, at least like a monoline, whatever, right? Maybe even private. Who knows?
Yeah.
Right. The fact is, that doesn't stop me from buying real estate, because ultimately, the more assets you acquire, the better off you'll be in the future, right? Especially with the deflating currency and all that.
Rich dad, poor dad stuff here.
Yeah.
Like assets.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all about if you can acquire assets that are going to give you more money to buy more assets.
That's right.
That's what you should be doing.
Well, so the problem is you don't actually see cash flow on the asset, right? While it's paying itself down until 25 years later, when it's paid off, or until the rents appreciate over that.
Can I tell you, there are ways you could be creative in ways to generate cash flow using depreciation.
Of course.
I'm not saying we
get a
should
line
do
of
that.
credit, refi out and all that.
Put it in a company, dividend out.
Sure.
There's things you could do to generate cash flow based on like refis.
But I'm talking about enough cash flow to survive on.
No,
right?
you're
'Cause I mean,
right. You're right.
You know.
But the beginning's hard, and like rents, other than COVID, they haven't really hit.
Yeah.
And I'm going to talk to you a lot about, maybe not on camera, but it's a long video. But I want to talk about where I see rents going. I think they're about to do the same thing the condo prices are doing. Quite honestly,
Eventually,
yeah. So
As
rents when
borders
you
open up, yeah.
buy a place, they suck. Like they're the lowest they'll ever be likely.
Right now.
And then the longer you hold it, the more you realize you can raise the rents, tenants leave, the cost of living increases, everything. The cost of everything increases, including rent. Cash flow gets better.
But it won't be enough to retire on. That's what I'm trying to say. For not at least for 10 years.
No,
least.
exactly. You're not ready to get there in 5-10 years. This is a long game. It doesn't matter what you look at. This is a long game for
Right.
real estate.
Right.
But it's pretty hands off.
Yeah. Can be.
It's talking about making your money work for you. That's what this is doing. How often do you get called, honestly, for your property?
Well, that's why we have a management company, because we get,
Okay, so then-
all added up, we get calls every day, right?
But you don't.
No.
Can you on your properties?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like ditto, right?
Yeah. Not much. Not for long-term rentals. For maybe if you did short-term Airbnb style, then yeah, for sure you get calls every once in a while. Actually, we did that for a while, and I had some guy coming from Brazil flying in. The flight comes in at any time, right? So they flew in at 2 a.m. But I can't find the keys. I don't know how to get in. So you get calls like that at 2 a.m. That's what I said. Okay, enough's enough. I can't deal with this anymore.
That ain't cool.
Right? So
Yeah.
short term, yeah, you could get more cash flow. It's just not worth it though.
Yeah. So okay, let's go that way. How often do you have any student rentals?
No, but we have one in kind of, yeah.
You get asked all the time. I get asked all the time about student rentals.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what is it about people where we think that is the way to go to make money? Why are they drawn to student rentals?
Because you can shove a lot of them into smaller places and they don't care.
So, but isn't that destroying the place as well? So people are choosing cash flow then in that case over the place.
Right.
I think it's the assumption that they make.
I think so.
Money's better.
Yeah, because generally those places like near campuses, like I'm talking about out in the outer suburbs and stuff like that, right?
Sure.
Like in Guelph or whatever. Yeah. Like the purchase price is a lot lower, and you get a lot more units, right? So you get a little more cash for there. I don't think they appreciate that much.
I'm not a fan. I
Look.
I
So
think
you're
it's tough.
opinionated, man. In
I
real
am.
estate and telling what you guys. I'm okay. I'll sell anything.
Gotcha.
The reason why is because like, it depends on what the person wants.
I know
really.
everyone's different for
Everyone's
sure.
different.
Yeah.
Some people want cash flow. Some people might want appreciation, right? Some people might just want a place to store their money and don't care. They just want a solid asset.
You probably have a broader audience, right? That way, the clients that I serve generally are looking at me saying, what do I do? And so, I'm having to make decisions for them and say, this is what I think you should be doing.
Yeah.
This is
Well,
what I believe in.
They do the same for me, right? But they ask me, what do you do? So I ask them back,
What do you want?
what do you want?
Yeah.
Right? Same thing. So, yeah, but for the most part, I think, we were talking about the multi-unit like 2 years ago, I think it was, right? Versus condos. Obviously, multi-unit is better. There's advantages for both. Condos are great because they're divisible easily. You can sell them more. Per square foot, they're a little more expensive for sure. But you can sell them off, like, a $500,000 condo versus a $3 million multiplex. It's hard.
Yeah, there's a bigger buyer pool.
Bigger price.
At $500,000, you're gonna have less of an issue keeping it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't disagree.
So look, I mean, there's something for everyone. Even if you don't even have enough, like the 100,000 or whatever it is, to get into the buying real estate, to get the down payment 20% down. If you're buying for yourself, you can live there. You could put 10% down, up to
Totally.
up to $1 million, right? Or even 5% up to 500,000. Or just do what I did. I just put into a private loan. We get 9% of my money now, right? So that's another way to invest in real estate without actually buying real estate.
Invest in real estate. Yeah.
Lots of ways.
I mean, I love the creativity of it. I think especially in Canada, we value real estate. We heavily put value on real estate, and because of that, there's much attention to it. There's just a lot of opportunities to make money using real estate as a.
Yeah, I was reading somewhere that it was like 37% of not GDP, investment dollars or whatever, investment pool
Going to real estate.
goes to real estate. 37%
In Canada.
in Canada, whereas in the US it's something like 15% or something, 11%.
Yeah.
So
For sure, we're heavily more real estate focused in the economy.
See, okay, but you read that stuff, right? And what do they say in those same articles? Or not now. Maybe pre-COVID. It was all saying the same thing. It's not sustainable. It is a bubble. This can't last. Over and over again. And then somehow, one of the major reports that comes out at the end of 2020 was, you know what? We're different. We're not Americans, and we value things differently. So therefore, we put value in houses. And so we're not about what man. I'm sick. Or the CMHC forecast. We're gonna see a reduction of value of 4.8%. Meanwhile,
Yeah,
Toronto's up 20. Durham's up 40.